In order to build a healthy relationship, you must avoid being excessively attached to a person. That way, you save yourself of so many stress of going back and forth, looking at them as if they really don't care. Meanwhile, you are the problem. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to avoid being too attached to a person just before the vow or while the relationship is still unfolding. I'm not talking about in the context of marriage now. I'm talking about why the courtship is still going on. So if you're new on this channel, you're welcome. My name is Vicky. Now, first thing first, if you want to avoid being too attached to a person, then avoid being around them always. Avoid being too available to them. Yes, we can't say this, but I understand you want to get to know each other. You want to be firm about expressing how you feel towards each other, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to be around them at all time. You need to map out your life. Remember that before you met them, you have a life you were living, and you must not put your life on hold just because you want to explore how this person is. You want to get to know them so fast. This thing is something you will still get to do as the relationship unfolds. You can't get to know them overnight. So in order to avoid being too attached, number one rule is that you must avoid being around them at all times. Yeah, we know when you are in love, you don't care about being around them often, but even at that, create a balance, a workable balance. You need to balance the equation. You need to balance your personal life and your relationship life. Also give boundaries to your partner so that you don't choke them up with your presence. And as soon as someone becomes choked with you, they get bored, and you discover that you begin to lose your respect. You begin to lose your self-respect in their hands, and they can easily talk to you the way they want because you have given room for excessive familiarity where you are supposed to maintain boundaries. You did not maintain that boundary. You have broken your walls. You've let down your guard so much that they can literally talk to you anyhow they like. It happens because you've given them your all. You've given them the abundance of everything. Your time, your attention is in excess. You didn't create that boundary. You didn't set that boundary that says, okay, there's still more to explore about you. There's still more to learn about you. You have given them the abundance of everything on a platter of gold without even giving them the opportunity to make effort in getting to know you better. You made yourself too available, so they become bored. And as they get bored over time, you begin to lose your respect in their hands. You begin to lose values to an extent. So try to limit your availability. Give them their independence just as you are giving yourself your independence, so that you don't choke them with your availability, so that the relationship can remain healthy at all times. Number two, you have plans that you've made for your life. Like probably you have goals that you've set to achieve in your life. You need to stick to your original plans for yourself, for your self-growth, for your career growth, for everything you want to be in life. So you need to stick to your original goals. You need to stick to your original plans in order to have a good outcome for your self-development, for the plans you set for yourself. You must understand that meeting someone does not mean you have to change your plans for them. You had a life before you met them. Keep to your schedules, keep to your plans. Sometimes you might accommodate them in your plan. You may have to make some compromises at some point, but please don't totally live the life you have just because you met someone now and you're abandoning your own personal life just because you want to accommodate theirs. Stick to your plan, stick to your schedule, and with that you even gain more respect. They get to understand that you're working on yourself, you're working on your personal goals. It creates a kind of image of you in their hearts that they cannot easily get rid of. But the moment you just pause your own life to face them, you are ruining the health of the relationship even before it begins. It's good to make plans for them, include them in your plan, but don't change your life just because you want to be with them. You don't have to change the person you are because you want to be with them. You don't have to change your plans, your future goal plans just because you want to be with them. Accommodate them, yes, stick to your personal goals. Another point is that you must avoid planning too much with them at the beginning. Yes, avoid excessive planning. You just started a relationship with someone and the next thing is, okay, and in our home this is what we want to do. How are we going to do this one? How are we going to plan? You are already planning so fast. Fine, it's good that you get to know what the person's plan is from the beginning, but the thing is, don't choke them up with plans. Do your personal plans, allow them to do theirs, and if they bring it to the table, okay, how are we going to do this, then you can begin to plan with them. Don't choke them up with your personal plans. even before they discuss what their own plans are for you too. While it's good to avoid some mistakes, you must focus on allowing the relationship grow organically. Because if you are not focused on allowing it to grow naturally, you begin to get so addicted to them, and as time goes on, it turns to obsession, and when obsession sets in, love automatically begins to fade away. And people tend to take love and obsession as the same thing. No. Obsession is unhealthy, while your love is healthy. So you must understand it too. You must understand where your heart is tending to among the two. Are you getting obsessed with that person, or you are loving them? So being too available and being too around them, planning everything, you become obsessed, and it has a way of hurting you and hurting your partner at the same time. Now you must understand that your addiction can make them begin to lose interest in you, and they begin to give you attitude or even giving you less attention. And when this happens, you begin to feel empty. You feel as if they don't love you. Meanwhile, you are the one that is choking the love out of them unknowingly. Yeah, your obsession is what is actually choking them up. See, naturally as a person, I don't like being choked with excessive closeness. Like, even if I am close to you, I still want you to give me my space. I still want to respect your space. But when you're excessively getting in my way, even when I need to be on my own, you are getting into my space. I get tired, even as a person, as a woman. Now talk of me to a man, or even a man to a woman. So you don't need to get so obsessed. Fine, it's good to love, it's good to show them that you love them, but please don't get to that point that you begin to choke them up with everything, and they begin to lose interest in you. They begin to give you less attention, and sometimes when they see your call, they're like, oh God, this person is calling again. And find what is happening, you begin to hurt yourself because you feel they don't love you. Another way to avoid being too attached to someone is avoiding being too dependent on them. Don't act too needy. Don't make it look like, okay, you need to depend on them for everything. You need to ask them for advice or on every practical thing, even things you can make decision on your own. You must still show them that, okay, I am independent. I am someone that is old enough to take decisions and be responsible for my decisions. Because when you are too dependent on them, they begin to lose respect for you. You begin to lose value in their hands, and that is not too good for you. I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. If you're always seeking for their validation, it will get to a point that it will present you as someone that has low self-esteem and cannot make decisions on their own. So you must learn to understand all this in order to avoid what we call see finish. You must understand that when you become too needy around them, when you become too dependent on them, they begin to take you for granted, even unintentionally, when they don't mean it. They take you for granted. So you must let them understand that you still have this intelligence, and you are still able to like think on your own, make decisions on your own. You get to like be respected by them, because they kind of trust you to make decisions, even when they know that, okay, that decision might be wrong or right, but they still leave you to they leave you to make that decisions on your own. But when you are too needy, when you are too dependent on them, even when they don't need to make decision for you, they go ahead and make decision for you, and you look like a zombie in that. I don't know if someone is actually making sense of this. Again, avoid worrying excessively about losing them. See, whoever is meant to be in your life will definitely stay, good or bad. Know you for who you are. If they are meant to ever be with you, they will stay. They will not go anywhere. But if you are worried excessively, see, don't worry about things that have not even happened. Sometimes one of the reasons you go into that relationship is not because you are hoping that it will totally end in marriage. Yeah, period of courtship is a period you get to know that person. If this is the person I can cope with, if I can actually live the rest of my life with this person. But if you are worried excessively about losing them, you begin to act in a way that eventually things will begin to get sour, and you eventually lose them. Job said something, said, those things I fear the most are the ones happening to me. So why not just play along, let things unfold, instead of boxing yourself with the worries of getting to lose them. Creating unnecessary anxiety around yourself makes you excessively anxious. If there are little issues that you should use your head, where you are supposed to be calm in situations, you become agitated because you are so worried about losing them. And sometimes it makes you act out of character. It presents you in a way you are not. It makes you who you are not in the real sense of it. So worrying too much about losing them makes you begin to like get agitated, it starts to, it becomes a trigger if not taken care of over time. Another point that is very, very important is that if you are not getting the same energy you are putting into a relationship, please don't keep trying. It's not going to work. If you are not getting, if you are the only one that is investing so much in that relationship, you are likely to have issues. If it's not, it doesn't have to be like 50-50. At least you should get 49% of what you are putting in. If you are putting 50, your partner should be able to put 49. That way it's still balanced. That way it's still healthy. But if you are the one that is so concerned, if you are the one that is so concerned about where the relationship is heading to, and your partner is not really seeing anything, or they are not even discussing it with you, bro, sis, what are you doing there? Don't put in too much effort. If they want to be with you, they work hard to be with you too. If they don't want to be with you, no matter how much you try to keep them, they will eventually leave. You can't box a bird. Eventually it will fly and go away from you. You must understand when you need to step back a bit. If you are not getting the same energy, you are not getting the same vibes you are putting in, learn to step back. Study your partner again to see if they will come out of their shells too. And if they are not coming out, I don't see any reason why you should continue to push hard as if your life depends on that person. Of course, you're not yet married. There could be better people out there for you. There could be someone else that is far better out there for you. You don't have to depend on that person. You don't have to think that, okay, that is the only person that will end up marrying. If this person doesn't marry you, oh, your life is so doomed, or you are going to, you don't know where to start from again. Please, 1 million broken relationship is better than 1 broken marriage. Because you don't want to be with someone that does not really want to be with you. You don't see, there's something I've come to understand. People, there are some relationships that even long after their partners have moved, the other person is yet to know. The person is just enduring, is just coexisting in that relationship. It's not that the person is just coexisting in that relationship, but they are really not in it. They are just there for the fun of being. They are just there, just in the image of their body is in that relationship, but their heart is far gone. Some people are in a relationship and it's only their body that is there. Their heart is somewhere else. So if you are investing so much in a relationship and you are not getting the same vibes from your partner, you need to step back, understand what it is, what is happening. You need to step back, understand what is happening, and if it is not going to work, it's not going to work. If they won't stay with you, no matter how much you try to keep them, they will eventually go. And you need to remember this also, that a healthy relationship, a good relationship, makes you happier. It's not supposed to drain you. A healthy relationship is not supposed to drain you. It's supposed to make you glow. People are supposed to be asking, what are you using? How are you doing it? Not the one that will suffocate you. No, you don't need that kind of relationship. I get it. So I hope this kind of speak to somebody. With this few point of mine, I hope you'll be able to work on your relationship. So if you have still not subscribed to this very moment, please kindly hit that subscription button, turn on your notifications so that when I post the next video, you'll be the first to see it. And also you can share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you feel about getting too attached or how to build a healthy relationship, even in this 2025. Don't do the past mistakes. Don't repeat the same. You don't need to repeat past mistakes you made in your former relationship that didn't work. You can learn new things. Explore. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.